Hey there, lovely people. Today we're going to talk about something that a lot of us need to hear, and quite a bit as well. So, for those of us who don't know, we are reading this book, Meditation by Marcus Aurelius, and each day I bring you a section of it so that we can discuss it together. So far, this book has been kind of a downer, which is okay. It is a philosophy book, so that's kind of expected. But what I wasn't expecting while I was reading this book so much is just how death heavy it is. And the answer to most of this question is kind of God. It calls it providence, but it's the same thing. So by till now I am kind of replacing the God with humanity. And it has served me well till now. So let's begin. So far we have read section 1, section 2, section 3, and today we're going to read section 4. This section we're going to read today. So, this section is more about procrastination, which is good because who doesn't have procrastination these days? Think of your long procrastination and of many opportunities given to you by the gods and left unused. Surely it is high time to understand the universe of which you are a part and the ruler of that universe of whom you are an emanation, that a limit is set to your days, which, if you use them not for enlightenment, will depart as you yourself will, and return no more. That section, my friend, is one of the best sections in this book. So, best simply because it's not a glazing god. So, what does it talk about? Oh, my hair. So what does it talk about? Each of us, since we set our foot on the earth, have a certain number of days limited. We are all going to die. Some sooner, some later, but we are all going to die. Our days are limited, but the things that we can achieve on this earth are not. There are so many things that we can do and we should do. But instead, what are we doing? We are procrastinating. We are wasting our time watching YouTube videos and TikTok and Reels or whatever. These are all distractions from the work you should be doing. And I'm not talking the work in the sense of you have homework or you have some office work. I'm talking work in the sense of something that will serve the common good. Something that will help you make the world a better place. Yes, there are certain steps that you need to take to reach that step. To end the world hunger, you would need a lot of money. So you would start from the base step. That would be getting a lot of money. So for that you might need to do a job, or there are a lot of things you can do. There was a story I heard about a kid who said well in Africa, and I was thinking about that today, with commitment. So while it's quite easy to say that I cannot do this and I cannot do that, or I'm limited by this factor, and they are usually true to some extent. I cannot just fly out of the building just because I want to. However, I can get into a plane and I can then fly. So while there are things that you cannot do at this moment through the means that are available to you, there are generally some other way through which you can do them. There are ways through which you can achieve whatever goals you might set for yourself. There are ways through which you can help for the common good and the public good, or even it's good for yourself. There are ways for those things. However, because we are wasting time and not pursuing those, we are we don't see those things. We don't see those options. Instead, we just lie back and complain about how we do not have opportunity to do those things. The Marcus Aurelius reminds you that no, you are a part of universe, and you will have to return to it at one day. And when you do, whatever things that you wasted, whatever days you wasted, are just gone. So why not use those things to do for some good? So you should spend your time seeking enlightenment. By enlightenment, the writer doesn't speak about moksha or nirvana, but rather something that would help other or help even yourself. You are a part of other. So in the previous section, the writer talks about immortality, and even in this section, when we're talking about a universe, we might usually assume that the writer usually just assumes that he's talking about God and powerful entity. However, I like to choose a little bit easier option to understand immortality or universe or God or entity and whatever you might hear from the writer. I kind of like to replace it with humanity. So you are a part of humanity or mankind. Someday you will have to get out of it. You will die, and after that you cannot. While the human race will continue to flourish, you yourself will not. You will die. So why not waste this? Why waste this time not trying to help the future generation? Why waste this time not seeking enlightenment so that you might help, or even just your own life? Why waste time? One might ask themselves, why do I have the responsibility to help other? Why do I have responsibility to work? My friend isn't working. He's just sitting there using his phone. If I starve, then that's fine. It's on me. Why do I need to help others? For this, I would like to refer you back to the first section of this book. So, for those who have been with me from the start, you might remember the first chapter, first section of this. That was, people aren't usually thinking about good and evil. Even those people who are not conventionally good, they are meddlers and they just are annoying and they mess with your work and they might be selfish and greedy and whatever. They are not trying to be bad. They just have not considered what is good and what is bad. They are just doing what comes natural to them. We, however, cannot do that because we have considered what is good and bad. We know what is good and we want to pursue it. And what is good is this, our pursuit for the common good, our pursuit for the betterment of humanity, our pursuit for the future of our species. You don't even have to search about entire planet for the betterment of the species. This book, in and of itself, is though a small book, really small book actually, kind of size of my hand and in thickness not even of my width of a finger, but it is helping for the betterment of the society. These videos that I'm making might not be watched by other people, but when the people do watch it, it will help them. So that is for the betterment of the society. Simple things, like let's say you make candles. Those candles will help other people. They are for the betterment of the society. Let's say you are a computer engineer and you make software and other people use it. That too is for betterment of society. If you are a teacher, plumber, electrician, whatever might your job be, whatever might you want to do. Let's say you want to write stories, draw art, and draw art, or write poems. Those two are for the betterment of society. Those two are for the betterment of the society. So you should always try to reach or do work that help you achieve that instead of wasting time. If I'm sitting on my phone and just scrolling, doom scrolling, that does not help anyone, not the society, not even myself. If I'm doing, working, creating anything, that does help someone. How many times have you watched a video on YouTube of some music or and look down on the comment and the first section goes, I was going through some really hard time and then I heard this song and it helped me a lot. Music helps people survive. Music is for the betterment of society. Writing Harry Potter or the what was it called? Lord of the Rings. I was thinking of some other book. Lord of the Rings, yeah. Sorry, I was. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Lord of the Rings. They all helped people. They all moved our future as a whole. Brandon Sanderson's story. I grew up listening to those and reading those. My favorite one is the Alcatraz versus the evil librarian. That is my favorite one. That too is for the betterment of the society. Because I read those story and I got an idea about how we can be more creative with our problems. So I won't really spoil you that much. In the story, the main character Alcatraz has the power to break things. Whatever he touches breaks. And while naturally, and even the character at the beginning assumes that to be a bad thing, the writer portrays it as a special power. And that kind of lets you see the world through a different perspective. And that too does help for the betterment of society. So you don't really have to do something extraordinary. You don't have to search a cure for cancer. You don't have to find a different planet. Even the smallest work that you might do is for the betterment of society if you do those things. So that is how we should try to pursue our life. And that is the way through which Marcus Aurelius says that is a life worth living. Because one day your life will end. And at that moment, you will have to go back to being nothing. Why not spend the time that we have allocated here to help others so that when we are not here, they can be better? Or even when we are here, they are still better. If you see a beggar, give them some coins. They might have, it would be more useful for them than for you. I'm not going to assume your financial situation, but in general, it might save their life, and who knows. So you should always try to spend the life you have on earth as a worthwhile life and to help for the betterment of the society. I'm not even going to count how many times I said the word betterment of society. But yeah, that was it for this video. If you like this video, give it a like, share and subscribe. And if you found something that you don't agree with or disagree or want to chat with me about something, just point out in the comment. I'll read those things and I'll get back to you. And if we find out that I was wrong about something, I'll just make a different video about it and then point it out. So see you guys, I'll see you on the next video.